Good evening. I'm Stanley Pacion. I'd like to read a section to you tonight from my autobiography entitled Eagle Arisen. I guess this chapter will be at least some sort of exemplification of the direction that I'm going to take in the rest of the autobiography, which I mean to be a history not only of my own individual life, but an attempt to write a history of America during the latter part of the 20th century and this first part of the 21st century. At any rate, let me begin by reading you a chapter that will probably set the tone. Eagle Arisen. I sit here at the desk right off the kitchen. It's late at night, or rather early morning. I am tired and my mind draws blank. As has happened countless times before, I am ready to write about not being able to write. Now I call upon a force greater than myself to accomplish what I am utterly unable to accomplish. I say, God help me to do what I am incapable of doing by myself. I ask that God make me a channel of the Word, to be as a pen in the hand of an Author Omniscient who knows the text entirely at once, the beginning and the end simultaneously. I bid to be endowed with a flow of right language so unencumbered that it strikes even the skeptical reader as inspired. I trust a Providence who rules the workings of a universe of gigantic proportion, folded unto itself, wrapped and strung within matter both visible and black, and recently a new term called black energy, which so far, at least, proves mysterious, impenetrable to human ken. It is a universe, on the one hand, long thought more or less intelligible in terms of an equation involving space and time and a force called gravity. On the other, our comfortable understanding of the universe through the work of Newton and Einstein at this juncture has been profoundly shaken. It seems we know nothing of the mystery, the vastness, the utter vastness around us which remains inexplicable. Notions of a plurality of worlds long posited has now extended to a plurality of universes. Our notion of 4 dimensions has now been replaced with ideas of multiple, umpteen dimensions. Even the best minds now seem baffled. Our idea of the universe has very little consensus in science today. But again, if we allow some intelligence to be creator, this self-same sovereign also reigns over the little things, reckoning the countless phenomena which mark each mortal's progress through individual life. I feel it requires no large stretch of imagination to say, if intelligence created the vastness, the inexplicable large universe, it would be no difficult task for this same creator to manage and control even the everyday events of in life, though his ways and the outcome he determines might be forever beyond human understanding. Today we may easily forget that our forefathers believed in a God who knows the number of hairs upon our heads. Because of the great progress in the science of astronomy, our attention has become increasingly diverted. Modern telescopes reveal the sheer immensity of space-time, the monstrous architecture cradling the lights of heaven, the puzzles of possible universes folded unto themselves existing in other dimensionality. We may fail to remember that the God of our fathers not only authored Genesis, but also knew the precise moment of a sparrow's fall. It is to this God, both grand and particular, to whom I pray, in fulfillment of His will, that His will be done, that I convert the blank page before me to chronicle American life and thought during this last half-century and this beginning of the new one. And tonight, though both mind and body be tired and worn, I am vehicle to a good story, revealing in triumph happiness and energy, now sufficient to recognize and carry out a will beyond selfish aim. Volition has required new power, taking it immeasurably past purely human aspiration and designed to wildly abundant, unexpected narrative, whose insight and denouement bespeaks the divine. The dark, empty late night now gives way to bright light and fertility. All weakness turns to strength. The despair gnawing at the wheel of our diurnal rounds vanishes. Freely and utterly, without discernible merit, a fantastic spiritual grace allows glory. A brand new sense of mission out of those things and events which remain behind. Well, as you see, there's a heady story ahead. My name is Stanley Pacion. I hope you enjoyed that. Good evening.